Oh yeah, you can have a little tuck shop in there. They do look a bit like little beehives, don't they? Okay. I've been stung. Hello everyone, welcome to my shed. Oh, the lighting's a bit dark, isn't it? Let's move you over here. That's better, there we go. So, welcome to my shed on my new allotment. This is my first allotment. I am only the ripe old age of 20, so I haven't really dug into this before, but I do like gardening, and it recently came up that was an allotment available, so I decided to get one, along with my mother, who also got one right next to me. So I'll be showing you those allotments soon. I just took refuge in the shed for a second because it started to rain outside. So I just decided I'd test if it's waterproof, and so far it is, but we'll find out. So I'll give you a quick tour of the shed, shall I? So here's the door. It's about 5 feet tall. And then we've got I don't even know what to call this, a desk thing? I've just put some candy and water on there in case I get hungry. Then we've got a little, I don't know what's in here actually. Oh, we got things. Bug blast, bug and mildew control, useful, and fungus clear, nice, okay. I don't know what this is. Some sort of attachment for something, I think, but we'll just leave that in there for now. Nice little surprise for me. And then the previous owner has also left a bunch of water containers or chemical containers. I don't know if we'll need this at any point, but they're useful to have just in case. This allotment site doesn't actually have running water, but it does have a well, so if I need to get water from the well, I've got those to store it in. And then I've got a little shelf just here, and there's where you were just a second ago. Got all these windows which have got a little film over them to stop people seeing in, which is quite a nice feature just in case people want to be a bit nosy. And I've also got a gap here. I don't know if that's intentional, but it definitely allows airflow, so I'm not going to complain. Stop the mildew. And then we've got a nice little donut air freshener. You can't complain when you get one of those with your shed. That is brilliant. So we'll go outside now, if we just push the door open. As you can see, it's nice and muddy outside, but we've got boots on, so it's okay. Let's close that up. We need to get a padlock for that, definitely. So, we'll start off with the other sheds. So, this is my mother's shed, because she's got this allotment just here. And this is my allotment. So she's got her own shed. And then we've got this shed, which we're not sure who it belongs to, but we're going to share it because, we're not at competition. So I haven't actually, it's my first time looking in here actually, so we'll see what we've got. Oh, okay, got a bunch of gardening pots. A lot of gardening pots, which, useful when you're starting off plants in a small pot and then you need to move them over to the allotment once they've grown. But it's definitely a brilliant way to do things like chitting for potatoes. You can start them in small pots like this, where you need a certain size for the size of potato that you're growing. But and then what you do is you leave them in there and wait for the sprouts to grow, and then you transfer them into the ground if they're looking healthy enough. But yeah, it's not glass, it's just sort of like a plastic sheeting, but there's a lot of holes in it, as you can see. So it's definitely not waterproof in here. But if you're putting plants in here, it's definitely away from birds, that's for sure. So things like peas you could grow in here, maybe just in a little pot. Anything that's shallow rooted really could be grown in here, so that's nice. So we'll move on to the next shed, which is my mother's one. Got a nice decking on hers. Do you know what, we could extend the decking back here with some pallets, and then when it's a nice sunny day, it's December 3rd I think, so it's horrible weather, but when it's in the summertime you could sit here, drink some pina colada, a bunch of wood, that's useful, always nice to have. So yeah, we'll check out the inside of the shed. This is a lot smaller than my one. It's got felt on the floor. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. It's not very bright in here because it has no windows. But she's got, looks like a desktop. Don't know what that would have been used for, but it's always good to have in case you need to build something out of it. She's got a very fancy looking ceiling. It's just paper, like wallpaper, as you can see. It's just falling down there, but it does look pretty fancy, I can't lie. And all the walls are just like sheets of board, just panelled to the wall, which is odd, but can't complain. In the drawer, absolutely nothing, and in that one we can see into, there's absolutely nothing. So it's storage, it will do. Looks dry, so it's waterproof at the very least. So we'll leave out of there now. We'll close that up. Oh my god, it's got 2 separate doors. Oh, hold on, we got to give this a go. Oh yeah, in the summertime. There you go, look at that. You can have a little tuck shop in there. God, it's definitely a banger job. There you go, kick it closed. That'll do. So moving on to the allotments, here's the shed I just showed you. So here is my allotment, and this is the walkway down the middle of the 2 allotments that we've got. So this is my mother's allotment, and this is my allotment. So starting off, we've got a archway, which has fallen down, unfortunately. And we've got a bunch of other plants. I'm not sure what these are. There's a bunch of them. That looks familiar. I'm not sure why, but I recognise it. So maybe if you guys know what any of these plants are in the comments, please do let me know, because it'd be very enlightening to figure out what all these things are on my allotment and if I want to keep them or not. So moving on, we've got this big cornhouse. Well, I'm calling it a cornhouse because it's got corn in it. It's just got a bunch of netting basically to stop birds getting in. So anything that birds will pick, you'll want to grow in there basically, and that's just straight on the ground in there. But then the rest of it is all got weed membrane down to stop weeds growing, and then it's got raised beds on it all over. So I think that's all weeds. Got some sort of tree here. I'm not sure what sort of tree. If anyone knows what this is, please let me know, because I genuinely, I'm new to gardening. So then we've got some more raised beds, all got weeds in them. Some of them have got weed membrane over it, which will be nice, because there hopefully shouldn't be any weeds in there once I open it up in whenever I want to start growing, probably springtime. Then we've got this. I don't know what this is. It's something. Once again, there's so many plants, just anything. If you can give me a timestamp of what time it is in the video, and then just let me know what plant it is, that'd be really useful. And then we've got a bunch more. We've got very thin beds here, so I don't know what you'd grow in a thin bed like that. Maybe just a row of onions or something, I don't know. Ooh, looks like they got a pepper. Looks like some sort of pepper in there. So maybe add a pepper. Oh yeah, look, loads of peppers in there, I think. It'll be really embarrassing if they're not peppers now. And then we've got a bunch more beds with weeds in them. So that's gonna be a nice bit of work to get all those weeds out. And then we've got beets of some sort. I think they're sugar beets. Not entirely sure. I think they're sugar beets, but to be honest with you, I don't know if we're going to eat sugar beets in my household, so it might just be a case of putting these in the compost bin and letting them compost down. We can chop them up, make them smaller, get more surface area so they'll break down a lot quicker. And then we've got a bunch more raised beds, all with the membrane over them. Some more raised beds just here, and then we've got a little fence just here where the gate is. But the plot representative that showed us around the plot said anything from this side of the gate over is actually mine, so I can decide to use this part. So anything from here onwards, just along there, so all of this part, including all the wood chip, which I could use to make pathways, which would be nice. So I'm going to keep this fence for now, definitely, but I might decide to cut it and then just extend it along there in the future to use that. Could also just use that under the tree, because there's not a lot of sunlight. Could just put a compost bin at the back there, which would be nice. So that's my plot, and now I'm going to show you my mother's plot. So we've got a nice archway connecting the two, because the previous owner did own both of them, so he didn't really care about them being connected, and neither do we, so it works out quite well. So we've got some storage bins here. There's absolutely nothing in them, I think. Let's find out. Yeah, no, there's nothing in them. They do look a bit like little beehives, don't they? But I'm sure you wouldn't be allowed bees on this allotment. It's a bit, you know, what if someone gets stung? So anyway, yeah, we've got some more compost bins here. These may have been compost bins, but they've composted down, or maybe they were just filled with soil from the get-go. I'm not quite sure. I'm not got a keen enough eye, but these definitely look like compost bins to me. Got some latticing here, maybe used to grow some tomato plants or something. Got some water. Is that frozen? Oh, it's got a sheet of ice in there. That's how cold it is today. Then we've got some more. Looks like that's got a board on top. Oh, I see. So that's got compost under it, and then they've just put a board on top to keep it warm and out of sunlight, I guess. We've got a bunch more just beds, absolutely loads of beds. I'm not sure what these are. Yeah, I don't know. Someone will have to let me know. Once again, if you can leave a timestamp on what that is, that'd be really useful to me. And then we've got some trees here. I don't know what this is. Looks like some sort of cherry, maybe? I'm not sure. Some kind of cherry, maybe? I don't know if you can even eat it. Once again, if you know what it is, let me know. Here, we've got some sort of like, it's like spinach really, isn't it? It's like you could chop the leaves off, boil them and eat them, but I just don't know. It could be anything, you know? Maybe it's not even edible, maybe it's just for looks, I don't know. Then we've got another tree here. Once again, don't know what it does, don't know what it is. Bunch of trees planted along here. I'm clueless to them all. And then we've got more of this plant, which I have over there, but it's on a lattice this time. So I don't know, it's grown a lot taller, so clearly the lattice works, but I'm not sure what it is. So if anyone can let me know, that'd be great. But you know, you could use this to build to grow a tomato plant. That'd be good for that. We've got the lattices over here, more for tomato plants maybe. Got another tree here. It's got, is that a grape on it? I'm not sure. Looks like a grape, doesn't it? Could be anything really. There we go. Red grapes, maybe. Some sort of tree. And then we've got some raised beds in the middle. I think it's a bit weird that you've got raised stuff, then beds, and then a vineyard sort of thing just here. It's a bit like these won't really get that much sunlight in the off season. But you know, the plot's ours. We can do what we want with it. So we might decide to change it. And then here, yeah, look, we've got like some sort of vineyard sort of thing. So maybe like grape plants. There you go. Look, grapes. So if I go round through in the middle, I mean it's a bit hard to access in the middle, I admit. But you know, if I walk through here, you can definitely. Oh wow, got some string there. Almost walked into it. Yeah, you could definitely access in here, but it's just definitely needs to be chopped back, I think. Oh, those look nasty. I don't want to get caught by them. Jesus. So if I go back now, and then this is the first part of our allotment right by our shed. We've got a bunch of raised beds covered up. And then we have an apple tree here. I'm not sure what type of apple it is, but all the apples have fallen off and they're all rotting. So I have to pick them all up and put them in the compost bin because they'll be great for composting. And then we've got another big plant here. Once again, not a clue what it is. It may just be a wild plant. You never know. And then we've got a nice little archway here to go back to the public pathway. So I think what I'll do first of all is I will try and get that archway back up. That's my first order of business. It's more that the plant is standing up and the archway's pulling it down. I'm just going to stand here and hold it in place forever. Okay. That's a tough plant. So this is the archway I just tried to pick up. It's snapped, so it's not really useful anymore. But the vines of what's grown on it is growing like in and out of it, so it's kind of like attached to it. So I feel like that plant's going to have to go, unfortunately, unless I can somehow pry it out and get it separated from. It's just a lot of work, though. I don't know if it's worth it because I don't even know what the plant is. You know, if it's something that produces fruit or veg, then yeah, it's brilliant. But I just don't know what it is. Oh, there we go, I'm in. Lovely. And that's just barricaded me in now. So here we are inside the Cornhouse, as I call it. I don't know if that name's going to stay, but if you've got any name suggestions, let me know. So we've got a bunch of weeds, I'm guessing. I don't know. That could be a fruit plant for all I know. I don't know. There could be vegetables under the ground. You don't really know until you dig it up, do you? But we've got some wood here. I don't know if that's just an odd bit of wood all attached together. Fair enough. And we've got some corn over here, so I'm just going to venture over there. We've got oh, they're just completely rotten. Never mind. Oh, is that a stinging nettle? That's not nice. We don't like those. But yeah, here we had some corn plants. So well, that's all. Oh no, there's a bit of hardness in there. The corn almost grew. It was getting there, and then I guess it just never made it really. But those can all go in the compost bin, so no worries, they'll all get reused. All of these plants can go in the compost bin once they're all mulched up. What I saw before the guy took the previous owner, before he took all of his stuff, he had a wall of little planter pots here, so you could start your plants and then put them into the ground once they're they've germinated. So I might have to redo that because he has got these little latches that you could hang things off of. Yeah, I think it would be quite good actually to do that. I need to get out of here now. Under the archway. We'll just have to let it fall again. That is unfortunate because that would have been nice to have stood up, but as you can see, it's just warped and snapped and bent. It's just not going to survive. Here you go. So I've just grabbed the pallets out of the car. I've only got 3 with me because that's all I could fit in the car for today. But I will need a 4th one to make a big square out of them into a compost bin. I'm thinking just in this corner just here, right by the back of the allotment, you could just build a big square and then have one of them on a hinge so it can swing out open, so then you can shovel and turn all the compost when you need to. And then also once it's composted, you can shovel it out and put it into your raised beds, for example. But what we'll do is we'll just have that as a closed square for most of the time, and then chuck a bunch of compost in, or things that are going to compost down, and then we can just put a sheet over the top to keep the sunlight and the warmth in. But obviously there's a bunch of weeds for now, which I'll need to get rid of and tackle at some point. It's gonna fall. This will be the compost bin basically, and there'll be one more pallet just here that can swing open. So once it's time to remove the compost or turn it over, you can do that quite easily. I'll give the weeds a go. I'll give them a go. It's not a very pleasant sight, is it? I'm talking about me. With nettles, can you mulch them down, like break them up and then turn them into compost, or are they just going to regrow if I put the nettles in the compost? I don't know, man. I don't know. Give me some answers in the comments, please. I'm going to leave them on this big, horrible, spiky looking death plant just here. I don't know what that's called, but it doesn't look nice, does it? I don't know. Are nettles, have they got spiked branches? Because I'm just grabbing willy-nilly and I don't want to get spiked. I guess I'll find out the hard way. I've been stung. Maybe I need some more heavy-duty gloves. And with that casualty, I'm going to stop there for today. See, the thing is, they've got plastic on this side, but then they're just fabric on this side, so they got stung through the fabric. So I definitely need to come back with some full plastic gloves for that. Next on the agenda? I'm not sure. Look at that compost bin. What a brilliant compost bin. Love it. Love it. I've got trees. I've got trees. Love a good tree. Is that stable? Stable enough? Cheers. That is rock hard. Just how I like it. But yeah, I'm really lucky to have an allotment that has a lot of stuff already built on it, like all the raised beds. The Cornhouse, that'll be useful as well. So I'll definitely utilise those as much as I can. If you've got any ideas of what I should grow in each area of the allotment, please let me know. And also I'm going to start a Amazon wish list, and I'll put it at the top of the description. So if you want to support this channel, what you can do is you can go into that wish list, and that'll be things that I think will be useful for the allotment, things like tools for the shed, things like that, things that can fix up the allotment and help me progress it down the line as well. I'll leave a list of things that I think would be useful there, and if you want to support the channel, you can always purchase one of those for me, and then that'll get sent to my address, and I'll thank you on the video, of course. Other than that, what you could do is always just keep watching, like the videos, leave comments. That always helps on the algorithm as well. Push this sort of content out to more people like you who also enjoy allotment gardening. Really, yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching episode 1 of Alfie's Agriculture. I'm probably going to do weekly videos. I'll try to do weekly. I'll probably be here weekly, so all I've got to do is just film, basically. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!